Welcome to the Deconstructionist Deep Dive.
The podcast that doesn't just accept the story,
We break it
we examine the pieces.
and expose the machinery inside.
Let's dive in.
What if everything you've been sold about the land of smiles isn't just a postcard, but a carefully engineered illusion designed to hide a much more profitable truth?
You know, we see this stark contrast, right? When you look at Thailand, it's branded as the land of the free spirit, devoutly Buddhist, and yet simultaneously, it's this global hub for, well, a hyper-visible, commercially exploited transgender culture, the Kathoi.
It seems like a paradox, doesn't it? A real contradiction.
It does. But what if it's not an accident, like at all? What if this seeming contradiction is actually, well, a calculated equilibrium,
Right.
something designed?
Okay, that's a big claim right out of the gate because, for most people, Thailand is those travelogues, breathtaking images, temples, landscapes.
Exactly. Postcard perfect.
And you're saying even that curated visual is part of this engineering. So how deep does it go? What are we actually digging into today?
Well, our mission really is to pull back that curtain. We've gone through, a stack of sources, history, cultural analysis, the lot. And we're trying to extract why this specific story gets told, how it kind of distracts from something deeper, maybe more complex.
Looking beyond the postcard there.
Way beyond the postcard, we want to see the machinery.
You got it. Okay, let's start where most people start. The official identity, that Buddhist facade. You see the videos, saturated with serene sanctuaries, whispers of ancient heritage.
Spiritual cornerstone.
Right, and then boom, Wat Pho, Wat Arun.
Gorgeous shots. But you're saying they're not really presented as, like, living religious sites? What's the spin?
The spin is they're basically aesthetic backdrops, props almost. It's for the spiritual experience sold to tourists.
Oh, less about the faith itself.
Yeah.
Much less. It's more about providing that picturesque, calming vibe for someone looking for, I don't know, enlightenment light or just a great Instagram shot. It's branding. Pure and simple.
And that branding ties into the state itself, right? The whole national identity linked to Theravada Buddhism. How deep does that link go? Because that 96.4% Buddhist statistic, it's always thrown around.
Oh, it's fundamental. Thai national identity is built on this trinity. Buddhism, the monarchy, the nation, sacred stuff.
Right.
So that 96.4%, it's not just demographics. It's used like a demographic cudgel almost to project homogeneity, tradition, stability.
Wow, a statement of unity.
A very powerful one. And it serves two purposes, you see.
Which rock?
One, the tourism brand, selling spiritual journeys, but also a tool for social control. It pushes a specific hierarchy, duty, respect for authority, monastic, royal social harmony, all placed explicitly above, say, individual expression. It shapes the norms.
That's fascinating. And it makes you think this isn't just Thailand, is it? This pattern, this global system, you see it elsewhere.
Absolutely. Think about the UAE modern Marvel branding, but conservative Islamic law as the anchor.
Or Ireland using its Catholic identity for tourism long after, the church's grip loosened.
Exactly. It's a template. Carefully constructed identity serving multiple masters. And for Thailand, this Buddhist identity wasn't just organic. Historically, it was weaponized.
Weaponized how?
Well, back in the 19th century, King Mongkut Rama V, he reformed the Sangha, the monks, created this ultra-Orthodox sect, the Tamayat.
Why?
To centralize religious power under the crown, standardize everything, get rid of regional variations that might, challenge Bangkok's control.
So the unified Buddhist facade we see now is partly political engineering from way back.
A large part. And it wasn't just internal control either. It had this huge external purpose.
Which was survival, right? Avoiding colonization.
Precisely. By presenting itself as this civilized, sophisticated kingdom with a proper state religion, Thailand set itself apart from its neighbors in European eyes. It was crucial for negotiating sovereignty. That facade, it wasn't just pretty temples. It had a real, you could say, bloody purpose, strategic survival.
Okay, that completely reframes the state religion idea. So we've broken down the official story. Now, the big question. How does the unofficial reality, the whole Kathoi phenomenon, fit into this managed brand? Because like you said, the travelogues are weirdly silent.
Yeah, that silence is deafening, isn't it? You can't talk about Thailand's free spirit without confronting this global spectacle. And crucially, we have to ditch the Western lens here.
How so?
Applying Western LGBT rights ideas. It just doesn't get you very far in understanding the dynamics there. It's a different framework entirely.
That's important. And the history is key too, right? Our sources show Southeast Asia had third genders long before the West showed up. Specific roles, sometimes spiritual.
Right. Healers, mediators, performers. The rigid male-female binary we assume is normal. That got supercharged by Victorian colonial influence when Thailand was modernizing to, frankly, appease the West.
So the modern Kathoey has these indigenous roots, even if the current form is different.
Exactly. And here's where it gets really, really interesting. The twist. Our sources suggest this vibrant Kathoey culture exists not despite Buddhism,
Okay.
but because of a specific, tolerated space carved out within its hierarchy.
How does that work?
Well, the concept of karma in Theravada Buddhism is often used. It frames Kathoey identity as maybe paying for past life actions, a difficult karmic path. They're seen sometimes as pitiable figures in that sense.
Whoa. Okay, that's a heavy interpretation. So just so I'm clear, this isn't acceptance like we might think of it. It's controlled.
It's a controlled space for transgression, absolutely.
Yeah.
The hierarchy itself, not challenged, it's actually reinforced.
How?
The Kathoey become the exception that proves the rule. The male-female binary stays intact. They can be visible, celebrated even, but only in their designated box, as long as they don't try to dismantle the system itself.
Is that view widely accepted, that karmic explanation?
The sources suggest it's pretty embedded in the broader social understanding. It allows for visibility, but yet managed visibility. Containment, really.
So this tolerance, it's more about profit, commodification.
You've hit it. It's commodification, not liberation. That tolerance is directly tied to economic utility.
So the travel stuff sells one kind of freedom with beaches, but the reality sells another kind via the Kathoey.
Precisely. They're pillars of tourism, think Pattaya's cabarets. Right?
Yeah.
Huge draw. Entertainment, beauty industries too. But is it tolerance? No way. It's commerce.
And that acceptance evaporates the second they ask for real rights. Legal recognition, equal jobs outside the shows, protection, marriage.
Vanishes.
Yeah.
The state profits from the show, but denies the basic human rights on paper. It's stark. What does that tell you about tolerance when cash is involved?
Yeah, it tells you plenty. And this performative role, it must reinforce stereotypes, too.
Massively. Just like the tourist videos reduce the whole culture to temples and smiles, the Kathoey often get reduced to this caricature, the glamorous, non-threatening entertainer.
Safely contained.
Exactly. Contains the gender transgression, stops it challenging the deeper patriarchal structures of the state of the traditional family. It's like a pressure valve.
Yeah.
Lets off steam, but doesn't change the engine.
So when you put it all together, who really wins in this setup? Who are the beneficiaries?
Okay, first, the state. Big winner. It gets to project this dual-brand, exotic, tolerant, fun for the tourists
Ka-ching.
while keeping a tight, conservative grip at home. All the tourist dollars, none of the messy social change. Perfect combo for them.
Okay, beneficiary number one. Who else?
Religious institutions. The Sangha. They get to avoid a really messy theological fight over gender.
How?
By letting this commercial secular space handle the transgression, they keep their own doctrine pure. Their political influence stays massive. They don't have to reform. They can just express pity from a distance.
Maintain the status quo, basically.
And keep their power. And third, the big one.
Let me guess. Capitalism.
Bingo. Capitalism is the ultimate winner. Rakes in billions from the whole spectacle, cabaret tickets, pageants, surgery, tourism.
With zero obligation.
Zero obligation to provide health care, anti-discrimination laws, basic dignity. Is perfect neoliberal exploitation. All the profit, none of the responsibility.
It is sobering. Okay, let's synthesize this. The ultimate deception. What's the central lie those travelogues sell us?
The lie is that Thailand's identity is just stunning landscapes, serene temples, friendly people, and that this identity is somehow organic, monolithic, natural.
When the truth is...
The truth is, Thailand's national identity is a carefully managed brand, a very precarious balancing act. That paradox we started with, not a paradox, it's the design.
Okay, so break down how the two parts, the Buddhism and the Kathoey culture, actually work together, because they seem so opposite.
They're totally interdependent. The dominant state-backed Buddhism that provides the rigid structure, the hierarchy, the moral frame, the official brand of tradition, purity. It's the anchor.
The foundation.
And then the controlled, commodified gender transgression. The Kathoey culture that provides the unofficial brand. Freedom, exoticism, fun. It's the pressure valve, like we said. Releases tension, brings in foreign cash.
So you need both.
Absolutely both. One can't exist in this form without the other. The rigidity of the first makes the transgression of the second seem exciting, desirable.
And the spectacle of the second makes the rigidity of the first tolerable, profitable even?
Exactly. Together, they keep the whole system humming. The elites stay in charge, the economy ticks over, the hierarchy remains intact.
Which means the Serene Temple and the pulsating cabaret show.
They're not opposites, they're business partners. Partners in the project of selling Thailand Inc.
So to really see the place, you have to look past the postcard, past the beaches, the Buddhas.
And ask the hard question, cui bono? Who benefits from this specific story being told?
And the answer. It's never the people actually serving the drinks or dancing on that stage or living in the shadows of those ruins you just paid to see.
Never. So stop seeing the travelogue as just a harmless tour. See the propaganda, see the illusion, that paradox you felt. That's their design. That's the equilibrium they built.
And that's our deep dive for this week.
Remember, the most dangerous illusion is the one you don't know you're in.
But now you know. So here's our question for you.
Where will you see this exact deception? A rigid system using the illusion of transgression to maintain control playing out in the next 24 hours. Let us know in the comments. Question the narrative. Deconstruct the dogma. See the system.
We'll see you next time. Stay skeptical.
Thank you for joining us.